Together to get a chicken yard put up. This will be a gate. We went to the store and bought some wheels, and I put the wheels on the bottom of one of my coops and dragged it with my mower inside of my new fencing area, so that's awesome. Mobile coop. I was gonna put them over here, but I don't know, I haven't decided where I want it. But it's pretty awesome having it mobile now. This is the yellow squash harvest for the day. Waiting for the sun to set so we can do our fireworks. Got all the bunnies put away and got some bricks set up out in the field so we can do all this away from the house. My dog is deathly afraid of fireworks, so she's inside. Ricky wants me to record this. Oh, how unfortunate. You can't see how pretty it is.
That was one of the free ones.
What's this one supposed to do? Oh! That was it?
Apparently.
Wasn't that a thrill? Oh! That was quite loud.
That one was called the Sky Shooter. A lot of something landed right over there.
Yeah, I saw debris headed in every direction.
Kind of the same thing. Different color.
That was fun. Well, that's pretty. Oh! Well, I wasn't expecting the double bang. Ricky liked it. He gave me a double thumbs up. Uh-oh, this one looks serious. Oh.
One of them didn't make it out of the box.
I'm glad it didn't cause a small explosion. It's our first 4th on the Homestead. So we got a lot more firecrackers than we usually do. Ooh. Just the one?
I guess so. Something red and burning just landed over there. Behind you.
Oh, yeah, I see the smoke. Something's trying to catch my orchard on fire.
You want to get it on the video?
I already did. What's it, a glowing ember or a couple?
3,
4, 5. Blue stars with report. Because we're going to find out what a report is. Oh. Oh, that's pretty. They're like blue. Silver Star Barrage. Oh! Got it relit. He said there's only 2 left. Oh. Oh.
That's pretty good. This one has 100 shots.
Oh. It's time for the grand finale, folks. It has 100 shots. Don't know what it's going to do. Is it going to shoot in the sky?
I don't know.
Well, that was a fast 100.
100.
Really hoping the storm comes. These clouds are blowing toward us, so hopefully the rest of the storm is blowing toward us as well. I'm going to bed here in an hour or hour and a half, but Ricky works tonight, so he'll be up to witness the storm, but I better make sure this is good. I would say good morning, but I'm kind of grossed out. I came out to check on everybody as usual, and we had rain last night around 2 a.m., which caused Mrs. Mustard to blow her load, and by blow her load, I mean just that. She had an enormous litter, and possibly complications during pregnancy, but there's blood all under her cage. There were babies, like, stuck to the metal. I had to, like, peel them off. There were 3 that were dead, one of which appeared not to have a skeleton at all. But once I got them all unstuck and got all the babies, you know, back in her box, she did a lot better job than the first mama at ripping out her fur. She has so much fur in there. And I haven't counted the babies, but there's a lot. So I'm definitely, we went and got formula the other day. I'm definitely gonna have to, you know, feed some of these because, I don't know, they were cold, they were back there, they were up here, they were under her food. One had managed to get in here and was just laying in the middle, but all 3 dead ones were right there. So, it was very gross. The one without bones also just, I don't know, it was just a blob of gross. Okay, it wasn't as large of a litter as I thought. She had 11 as well, but only 8 survived. So she had a litter of 11 and 6 survived. So, and they're actually today up walking around with their eyes open, so that's pretty awesome. Hey guys. See his little eyeballs? Hey! I saw him try to open them yesterday, but they're open today. So, but these guys are just pinkies. I'm gonna put Mom back in there now that I've got all her babies situated, since they were everywhere. It's also possible that if she wasn't pregnant, she probably is now, because he pulled all that wire down and came over, and I found these 2 in the same cage together. Hey, she can take care of her own babies. I know you're a protective mama, but you gotta let her do her thing. Okay, we have a ½ an inch of rain last night. My roses are blooming. Miniature rose bush. ½ an inch. Just about. It's still really cloudy, so we may get some more rain. Obviously, the bigger these guys get, the more they eat. They emptied all 3 of those little feeders in one night. We fed them before we shut everybody up. It used to take them a couple of days, and before that it took them several days. But in a few more weeks I'll be able to let them out to hopefully catch bugs. Seems like the longer I have these animals, the more I have to care for them. Homesteading is hard. I've been trying to grow outward away from the house. I've pretty well expanded that away. I'm kind of limited on how far I can go that way if I plan on preserving those blackberries in the field. And over in the triangle area where I just let the grass grow, I haven't done anything over there. Still have to put together my greenhouse. We're thinking about putting it like over there. Still haven't officially decided. It's just a little overwhelming, like as the animals start to, like last night the ducks just wiped out their food, made a mess of their pool. They're out here swimming right now. It's just, then we had eight surviving babies last night, and so our numbers are just growing, and that's fine. That's what we expected them to do. It's just like, oh my gosh, you know, now I have 6 babies who are doing fine, their eyes are opening, they're progressing mostly normally, and then I've got 8 more that I'm going to be freaked out over the next week or 10 days. You know, I've got the formula ready in case. I'm just kind of glad that the guy we bought the rabbits for staggered them, because if they would have all 3 burst at once, I would not have known what to do. I would have lost my mind. But the chickens, you know, they're growing so fast, and my ducks have like tripled or quadrupled in size, and they still follow me around, but they're becoming more independent, and which is fine, but mainly just we have the ability to get them the feed that they need. I want to encourage them all to feed themselves as much as they can off of my land, but it just comes right back to that, you know, you plan for this, you plan for that, and you don't always achieve what you plan, or what you plan doesn't always happen. I have a history of anxiety, and it's kind of bearing its head a little today. Whenever I go around and find that everyone is out of food and water, everyone's made a horrible mess of their cage, and so I'm sitting here thinking, okay, I'm going to repair the chicken coop that I broke yesterday. Just kidding. I'm going to feed and water everybody and make sure everybody's safe. What are you guys doing? I'm trying to vlog here. They're coming over here eating up the dried leaves. I don't know why they like to eat dried leaves. Why don't you guys go swim in your pond? A fellow that I knew back in Oklahoma, he kept telling me when he found out that I was doing this, he kept telling me, "Oh, I'm so sorry for you, but I'm jealous of you at the same time." I said, "Well, what do you mean?" And he said, "You must not know the amount of work that you're getting yourself into." And my goodness, the first month just getting set up broke me. And now, like, that we have just a few different kinds of animals and they're growing up, it's like, oh my gosh, my workload is increasing. I just hope that I don't get overwhelmed. So I've coaxed my ducks to help me with pest control and get used to being in here and helping me out. But while I was in here, down here, okay, so these squishy pods that I thought were whatever, the fruit of the plant, it's actually a flower pod, and it's starting to open. So I can't wait to see what it does after the flower falls off. But while I was over here looking at that, I discovered a cucumber. It's about pickled size, and it's knobbly like a pickle, so this must be one of my pickle cucumber plants. I think I planted 3 or 4 different kinds. And there's bees swarming around on my flowers under there. Thank you, bees! I've never grown corn before, but I believe that this is the start of a corn cob right here on top. There's another one. I think I see that down here. So I finished putting up the fence all the way around, and the chicks are 2 weeks old, and this is probably a bad idea, but I really want to let them out. Usually when I get about this far away, they start crowding the door. Uh-oh. We've got some that are thinking about it. They're like, oh my gosh, what's this outside business? Oh. Even when they were terrified of me being all the way in the back of their coop, I still had to shove them. And they're just hiding under their coop. Hopefully they can figure out that ramp. Hey chickens! I think I know where they coined that term. Little fraidy chickens. So I crawled under the coop and had to physically scoop them out with my arms. And they're just huddling together. A few of them are picking the grass, but most of them are just, I'm having to like move them bodily toward the ramp. They're so petrified. So I think I'm gonna shoo these guys back into the coop somehow, probably one at a time, and wait a couple more weeks until they're a little more brave. I was right, I had to chuck them in one at a time. And they were so glad. They just stood there and waited their turn to be thrown into the coop once they saw what I was doing. It was so cute.